Half of all U.S. parents with kids over the age of 18 support their kid financially, and that is a 3-year high. Some parents are shelling out $1,500 every month.
An uptick in credit card delinquencies.
Food banks nationwide are reporting record levels of need.
Empty shelves, an unusual scene in a normally stocked warehouse.
What we were expecting to be about 55 tractor trailers worth of food, that half of those will no longer be on their way to us.
We are all broke and getting broker, and just when you thought someone was going to throw you a lifeline, it ends up being like a new line for one of your kids. If you thought for a second, once my kids graduate from college, we're good, you can then start to breathe again. Well, I'll loan you a defibrillator. It's getting worse. Oh, and not just for your kids, but for you too, which I think you knew it was you. If you signed like on the dotted line for the whole student loan thing, well, guess who is going to be on the hook when they default? Because they're all defaulting. The fallout will be brutal. Well, that's what this post says, and I'm going to have to agree with this post. Also, it starts tonight. 5.3 million borrowers already in default. Over 4 million borrowers, you, mom and dad, and kids, are in late-stage delinquencies. And collections resume on May 5th, which means today is May the 4th be with you. Starting tomorrow, you got wage garnishes. This is a promise from the President of the United States, and tax seizures. And I have to be transparent on this show. Number one, I have had a tax seizure. Last year, my accountant's like, "Are you sitting down?" I said, "No, I'm driving." He said, "Pull over." I said, "Come on, bro, it can't be that bad. I pay every month." He's like, "Pull over." You know that new course that I launched, How to Become a Multimillionaire? I'll tell you, have you ever had to cut a check after you cut a check every month for in the millions? I know what you're saying. You're like, "Bro, if you make that much, why do you even care?" Let me just tell you what it feels like being on the other side of the ship. That happens to be the Titanic. It's painful. I used to make $3.35 an hour. Parents were broke. Like, neither of them had jobs. You consider babysitting a job. When you have to pay millions of dollars in taxes, you're like, what country can I move to? Or I guess you would feel like all of these borrowers right now, 62%. That's a very big number. They're not paying, or they are severely behind. Do you know the ramifications for our economy? Can someone please tell them the importance of a FICO score? I mean, I did a video on it, kind of went viral. I know some of you are like, who cares about a FICO score? Have you ever tried to rent something, also known as shelter? They look at that. I've showed you videos of people that are like, "I don't care, I'm not paying it." Do you know what's going to happen? It is kind of convenient to be able to acquire shelter or acquire a vehicle to get you to a job. Let's just say you have a normal 650 FICO score, 700. You're going to tank it by between 1 and 200 points. You ain't getting nothing. So there is jobs that look at your credit. And as an employer, yes, I check credit, which I didn't check Kitty's, which in yesterday's video, I gave her one job. I'm like, "I'm very stressed. Can you please edit this video?" She said, "Sure, I'll edit it." And she removed herself out of the video, posted it when I told you she's going to be in the video. Now, Jay Bravo shall edit, upload, and I think I'll run it. I'll run it now. All right, so here we go. This is me filming. That's my screen. That's light. There's my mic. And this is what you don't see. Behind the scenes. All right, so here we go. We got a bed right here. We do have a lazy assistant. Kitty does absolutely nothing. Scream hello, Kitty. So here you go. This is what is behind the other side of the trading wall. So there we go. I guess I'll go back in and I'll do some work. So there you go. That is behind the scenes of my computer. Also, Caroline Levitt, when it comes to student loans. I'm showing you what's happening well, maybe when you're watching this video, is our government is upset.
Will resume collection of defaulted student loans after President Biden had started a bailout program. Here's White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt discussing.
The Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion, but fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. The government can and will collect defaulted federal student loan debt by withholding money from borrowers, tax refunds, federal pensions, and even their wages. America is $36 trillion in debt. We must get our fiscal house in order and restore common sense to our country.
It's like that. Hopefully the threats will become real and they will garnish wages, which I think there's going to be a lot more Democrats coming out of college than prior. It's a shocking number of parents still support their Gen Zs and millennials and boomers at an average of nearly, this is an average. You guys are dumping almost $2,000 a month on these. They're brats. I mean, look at these girls. Tell me, I don't know. Tell me you don't see entitled in that. He's definitely entitled. I'm going to stop that. TikTokers. There, I have one of those. Not so entitled. Raise my girls a little bit differently than most people. They got nothing. They had to earn it. Go get a job. Have a lemonade stand. Here, look, COGS, costs of goods sold. Do you like a loan? I would give them a loan. They would buy, then they'd pay me back. Didn't pay for their cell phones. I didn't pay for their college, or we didn't. We believed in corporal punishment, yes? And there was a one rule. When I say it, that's it. No counting to 10, none of that. Especially with 6, you got to get in line. Anywho, welcome to the bank of mom and dad. It looks like mom and dad are paying for everything. Look at this, 50%, more than 50%. Just depends on what. And look at this. Just when I said you needed a defibrillator, it was 45%, 47%, 50%. It keeps getting more worser and more worser. It is not more gooder. That article is so bad, I have to create it myself. You are welcome. Also, if you can hit the subscribe button, much appreciated. Will always do my best to give you what the frack is really going on and how can we make money from it, which I'll get to in just a moment. Groceries, food, 83%. Are you kidding me? All moms and dads are paying for all the kids when they're adults. You're paying for these adults. Married adults with kids? And now you're whatever. And you're probably not even, I'm just guessing, just throwing that out there. Are you done paying for your own university? Not yet. And then you got more. And then your kids will be like, hey, you got to pay for my kids too. No, that's your job. I wonder how that is now going to work, because I never did. I'm like, you want a degree? It's your degree. You go get it. Out of 6, and all of them were out of the house by 18. They're all on their own. They're all self-sufficient. One of them got a degree. That was the TikToker who I would turn on TV and see on CNBC talking to Jim Cramer. I'm like, okay, how did you get to the finish line before me? Anywho, so you guys are paying for cell phones, 65%. Rent, mortgage, health insurance, half, tuition, education, leisure, half of you guys are paying for half of their, hey, you want to take a vacation? Car expenses, just spending, student loan, credit cards. I help you with this one, mom and dad, cut the cord. You know, like when they came out of the womb, like, I don't think they're going to make it. Don't cut the cord. But I'm looking at the percentages because it's on my screen. You can't see it. You don't need to. We're not doing PowerPoint. 62% of you guys are like, we're going to have to live a frugal lifestyle because we got to pay for our kids and our grandkids. Just that, most of you are now pulling money out of your retirement to pay for the kids' stuff because they need the new iPhone, which is the same as the other last 7 iPhones. And refinance your home. You're coming out of retirement. And then it goes on to say, you see no end in sight for their financial support. Actually say, hey, try this, okay? Just stop something. Pick one and see how they respond. Look at those AI kids in the back. They are happy. Look at mom and dad. You guys are looking really old. And Hawk, 50% of parents are broke supporting adult kids. almost $2,000 a month. Just try something and see how they respond. My wife and I moved to Texas. This was an eye-opener. Okay, they were on insurance. Told them, me being an educator and university and all that, you get the free doctor dentist thing. I said, that's going to go away. So make sure we're letting you know. Boy, oh boy, how quickly they're like, Dad, Mom, do you know how expensive this is? How are we supposed to afford this? Emoji? But I do come bearing solutions for kids, mom and dads. This is what you want to do. Tell them to hop over the border, okay? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? No, wrong border. That would be, try this again. Hablo, thank you, Kitty. I'm like, what is it? Hablo Española. This out. The average Social Security recipient gets $1,200 a month after working 50 plus years. The average illegal alien, right? Refugee makes $4,000 after being in America for 50 minutes. So tell them, just hop the border, come back and be like, me no speak English, no hablo Española. And then they get everything paid for. And what are we doing about it, Tom? Well, they're doing everything that they can to get them out. And also when it comes to voting, because they know if the courts can stall this thing, that's how the system always works. Just stall it, and then nothing changes, right? Millions of illegal aliens remain here in the U.S. If they are not deported before the next census count, the left gains more House seats, they know this, electoral college votes, purely due to their illegal presence. Some of these people, they shouldn't even be allowed to vote. Minnesota, a lot of you Minnesotas people, it should be removed. Even though it sounds like I can't speak English. No, there has been no alcohol. Minnesota Republican State Representative Steve confirms beyond a shadow of a doubt, Omar did marry her brother and admitted she would, quote, do whatever she had to do to get him papers to stay in the U.S. Watch her get reelected again. Look at what is going on. Look at Arizona governor. Hey, Katie, vetoes bill requiring her state to carry out federal immigration laws. Nope, they're all staying. There was a time there it was cool to be a Democrat. When Elon used to be a Democrat, okay, that was kind of cool. But when I look at the party now, I'm just, are you nuts? Now, again, if you're on this show, I love you if you're a Democrat. I love you if you're independent. Republican, I don't care. But these people, come on, guys. Look at I had to run from California. Democrats, they blocked a law. Just sit down. Like, to go in and go, we're going to block this, would have finally made it a felony to purchase a 16 or 17-year-old children for that word there. I think, I'm going to buy a vowel of an I? But they're physically blocking bills that who on this planet would be like, I think this is a good thing. We could sit here and watch it. This Carl, he's going nuts. This is just insanity. This is the only story that I would say is not insane. Gucci. I'm okay with that. Style on your terms. You can do buy now or pay later. What is Affirm? Affirm is the house buy now, pay later alternative to credit cards. Just asking Kitty if she had any Gucci. But it's in one of her homes. Girl has a fetish for bags. Don't ask me. I'm a dude. I happen to like cars, which she likes cars also. You see behind me, I don't know if that's it. She'll always get stopped. People are like, I'm sorry, ma'am, you cannot bring your dog on the plane. She says it's a service dog. I don't know if you guys caught this. I highly doubt Warren Buffett has nice handbags. You guys know he just retired? Something we can all look forward to when we're 115 years old. It's like, hey, so that's how long we have to wait. There's so much more. This is what he said, and I really like this as he retired. There's so much more opportunity that presents itself in the stock market in the United States compared to the real estate market, and I'm going to agree with that one 785%. Guy has so much cash on the sidelines. I think he holds more T-bills than the government. Some other lessons to be learned. Diet, not so much with this cat. I mean, look at his 2 Coca-Colas there. He says he never works out. Munger didn't either. What else? Do what you love, like also genetics. Please don't ever think like, I'm going to retire. Number one, retirement is not found in the Bible. And entitlement comes in all shapes and sizes. Find something that you love to do and do it until you die. You want to know what I love doing? I love coming here and doing this with you guys, hanging out, and you guys roast me. What was it yesterday? It was the shirt. That was good. Said Johnny Bravo, trying too hard. How about this one? Yeah, still? And you do know what you say to me actually hurts my feelings, but it's okay. I need it. Punch me in the coin purser when I wear Kitty's dog collar, right? That one hurt. Feel like I'm back in elementary school where I used to get picked on because I wore, okay, May the 4th be with you. I had Star Wars shoes. I thought they were really cool. They were silver. They weren't these, but they kind of look like these. And I just thought, boy, I like myself. And really quickly, I never wore them again. It's just so important to find things that you love to do. Love doing YouTube. I love trading. I love making digits go up. Also, my new course, $2.99. Oh, imagine if it goes to $3.99. Imagine if, because I'm filming, how many, I think I'm going to do like 100 videos. Trying to film a video every single day. What else? Oh, you get the bear market course included with that. Oh my gosh. Teach you how to swing trade, teach you everything from start to finish and how you can do like you don't have to do it. Let the computer do its magic. I need to put a cutoff date on this one. It's this week. This is it. My options watch list, it was $1 a day. That's going away. I want to say 48 hours. I want to say maybe now. All my other ones are up. This one needs to follow. So grab it now. If you guys want it, it's done. 148% on VRSN. Also, make sure that you guys know how to trade before you come and start clicking buttons. So again, my $1 million course, it'll get you there. Where are we going with the S&P 500? This is on the daily. You broke the red line. That was a gap that had to be filled. Everyone said there's no way. It did. We're going to come up. I said it's going to retest the 200. We're there. Guys, get ready for the short. This is where you get confirmation. You pull this up. See, this is not confirmation. See, you want these blue lines to cross, okay? Once they cross, it's confirmation, but going the other way. That'll be one thing. That's a confirmation when it does that. You're going to want to watch this get purple, the 9 count, all that. It's going to roll over, but it's not yet. You guys are still holding this position. So again, find something that you're passionate about. Do it your whole life. Don't call it a job. You just do it. It makes digits go up. It could be trading. It could be doing washing windows. I don't care. And you got to cut the cord for those kids. Stop. Make them grow up. They will be okay. I pinky promise. And what I'm also going to try to do at the end, just so you guys can see where I'm at, you know, because I never do this. I never like, oh, turn the camera around. So maybe I will take you on my adventures around the world trading. Hopefully you can put that on your bucket list. Write it down. That's what you want to do. Travel the world, trade, sign it, date it, and I will, I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.